start of this particular section. Yes! Well, hello and good afternoon from a very sunny, very hot Lusaka here in Zambia in South Central Africa. I am in my hotel room. I got here a couple of days ago, but I had incredible jet lag, so I've probably only just surfaced now and opened the curtains, which I will now show you. And what we have here are palm trees that effectively act as a natural sunshade, which is very helpful actually. But if I poke you just through that gap there, you could probably see the pool of the hotel that I'm at. And then if I poke you up here a little bit, you probably can't see anything at all, but out there is Lusaka city, which is currently at 36 degrees centigrade. So pretty warm. I'm staying at the Best Western, which is a really nice hotel, really good value for money, like really good value for money. Got a really nice big room here, air conditioning, nice place to sit and eat, TV, etc., all that you need. However, because it is Zambia, because it is South Central Africa, the power does come on and off quite regularly, so you just have to be ready for that. But I'm going to go out and explore the sights and sounds of Lusaka. Let's go. All right, so just walking outside the hotel now, and I can tell you it is baking hot here in the Zambian sunshine, but it is very nice in the hotel grounds. Might be able to get a view through the pool, through there, but I'm conscious about not filming people who are actually in the swimming pool. So there's a little look at the pool area, playing some nice music, and I'm heading off now to a place called Freedom Square, so let's go and have a look. All right, so walking down the street in Lusaka, I think I'm walking through an industrial area. There's a lot of businesses going on around here, and I'm doing my best to shield myself from the heat, but it is warm, whilst the storm rages in the UK apparently. Now then, as I continue my little bimble down the road here in Lusaka on the way to Freedom Square, it's probably worth telling you that Zambia has been recognised as one of the safest countries in Africa to travel to. I believe it was a company called Travel Choice who this year in 2024 gave Zambia an award for being one of the safest destinations in Africa to come to. And I have to say, everybody that I've met so far has been absolutely wonderful and friendly. So already I can say, so far, I feel very welcome here in Lusaka. Now, I am absolutely convinced there is no copyright claim whatsoever on this business here. I wouldn't have a clue what it could relate to. One thing I do know though is that this barbecue got my taste buds tingling. Just continuing walking down this fascinating street here in central Lusaka. This is one of the main arteries that goes through the city, and it is thriving on all sides with street traders, people doing whatever they need to do to earn a few quid. It's brilliant. Today is Sunday, so it is very busy along this particular street. Loads of different shops selling everything from clothes to food to everything. All right, so I definitely think I'm in downtown Lusaka now. Lots of people with their market stalls and stuff. It's thriving, there's a lot of energy, people are super friendly, it's good. Now this is some of the unfortunate side that you will see anywhere, often in Africa, in Asia, but frankly you also see this in the UK and across Europe, but here obviously in Zambia, which is an up and coming country, you know, it's not poor by some extensions of societies in Africa. However, there are aspects to life here which is third world, and therefore we're likely to see rubbish on the streets. That's just an unfortunate fact of this part of the world. There's the party bus over there. One of what I think is many little cabs or mini cabs that you can grab around Lusaka. I've been offered a number of times, do I want to go somewhere? But my trip today is on foot. And across the street here you can see a mosque and a Hindu temple. And even though Zambia is principally a Christian country, this is a nod to its multicultural population, not just here in Lusaka but across the country. Now, I don't know if you can see this because I'm recording my other screen, but it is very hot here in Lusaka this morning. We are tipping the temperature scales at 36 degrees, so would I like a nice cool and chilled fruit drink? Yes! So after a 1.5 miles walk in 36 degrees temperature, I've arrived now into Freedom Square. And in front of me is the Freedom statue, which was erected in 1974 and is to memorialise those that lost their lives during Zambia's fight for independence. Right here in the centre of Lusaka. The image itself is of a man breaking free from chains, and the story goes that he was told by his captors that he would have to break free from his chains, otherwise he would be shot. But he managed to break free, and so this image depicts that there. And down here it gives you a little bit of a spiel about, in memory of all those who lost their lives for Zambia's freedom. It was unveiled by the President of Zambia, Dr. Kenneth David Kaunda, in 1974 to mark the 10th independence anniversary of the Republic of Zambia. So here we go, in front of the Freedom statue in Lusaka. Now then, as I walk from Freedom Square towards the museum, which is just through there that I'm going to go to in just a moment, I did want to let you in on a little secret. So the videos that started this section off, so where I'm walking from the hotel towards Freedom Square and to visit this statue, was 24 hours ago, not today. And I had to wear this top again just so it didn't look strange. The reason being is because I have got the worst jet lag I've ever had after 36 hours of flying to get to Zambia. And unfortunately, it caught up with me in the, shall we say, brown rain way. So unfortunately, I had to run back to the hotel because there's nothing worse than being caught a mile away from your hotel in 36 degrees temperature when you desperately need to go to the bathroom. So I have popped a couple of Imodium, and this time I've made it out. So I thought I'd let you know because frankly, we need to be authentic in our travel experiences, and sometimes, pardon the pun, it can be a bit crappy. Here's another impressive sculpture, I suppose you'd call it, marking Zambia's independence and freedom back in 1964. Okay, so here we are then in the Lusaka National Museum of Zambia. Let's go and have a look around. But I can tell you, I don't know if you can see, I'm sweating like mad. Walked, I don't know, a couple of miles now, out in 36 degrees temperature. The humidity's not too bad, but it is pretty oppressive heat because there's no breeze. But anyway, let's go and have a look around. So the first president of Zambia was a chap called Kenneth Kaunda. He was known as the freedom fighter and played a super pivotal role in the independence of Zambia, freeing it from colonialization and other peace-related issues. He is lauded here in Zambia, even though he's no longer the president, for the work that he did in securing peace in Zambia. And we saw outside the freedom statue, which was unveiled by him back in 1974. And as I walked around here, you can already see Algeria, Botswana, Congo, Burundi, Czech Republic, etc. These are pictures of different dignitaries coming from all over the world across many of the last 50 years, visiting Zambia and really helping to bring trade and humanitarian relief at times to this country. Here is a rare image of Kamala Harris actually doing something productive. For those of you who are also British, here's an image taken in June of this year, 2024, when Zambia's President Hakainde Hichilema visited Buckingham Palace. A little bit lower below is our beloved late Queen Elizabeth II, back in 1979, meeting Kenneth Kaunda. And then at the bottom here, UK Aid, which is helping with keeping more boys and girls in school and educating the next generation of Zambian children. Look at this absolutely wonderful exhibition of Zambian villages made here in the museum in central Lusaka. Truly, truly wonderful. Proudly showing off their history and heritage. Well, there you go. That was a quick look around the Lusaka National Museum, celebrating Zambia's history, 60 years of history, much of which was under the successful rule of Kenneth Kaunda, known as the freedom fighter here in Zambia. What a beautiful museum that was. I absolutely love the fact that they're celebrating the relationships that they've got with so many countries around the world, but also the way that the indigenous people will live out in rural Zambia. That wonderful recreation of a village. I mean, if you are in Lusaka, do make sure that you come here, because there's lots to read, lots to understand about the history of this lovely country. But make sure you don't bring any food or drinks from the outside, even though it's sponsored by a restaurant. Well, walking back down the street now, I'm going to take a slightly different way back to the hotel than I did coming. But whilst I'm here, I'll just give you a quick 360 of what the local neighbourhood looks like. So some high-rise apartments, 9-foot walls with some barbed wire on the top, probably just to keep people out. Fly lands on my nose halfway through talking to you. But yeah, otherwise really nice and green and peaceful here in central Lusaka. Well, this is a very pleasant walk back from the Central Museum, sorry, the Lusaka National Museum in central Lusaka. This is a lot greener than I was perhaps expecting it to be here in the centre of the city. And you know, what are my initial thoughts so far of Lusaka? Well, first of all, it's vibrant. There's lots to see, lots to do, lots of people milling around, and obviously, as like many parts of the world, like Zambia, people are just trying to make a living by the side of the road with their business or whatever it might be. When I was reading about Zambia before I came, it said it was very safe, and I have to say I haven't felt unsafe at all yet. You just need to exercise sensible caution, like anywhere in the world. Don't wear fancy stuff, don't flash that you've got money, don't, you know, all that kind of stuff that usually idiot tourists get caught out with. Most of the time people have waved or said hello at me, and I don't think it's that strange to see a British guy walking down the street in Lusaka, but maybe because I've got a camera as well, people are a little bit more interested in what I'm doing. But so far, I'd say 99% of my experience has been good. 1% of the time I'm being approached by people obviously asking for money. They won't take no for an answer for the first couple of times, but then on the third or fourth time, and if you just start to walk away, generally speaking, people will leave you alone. 2% bad, that car. I don't know if you can see it, but just on that piece of wood there is quite an interesting little lizard of some sort. He's got me looked at, and now he's just disappeared down there, so I'll leave him alone. But he had nice colours. Yellow, black, brown, but I am keeping my wits about me to make sure that there are no bitey things on the pathway or in the trees that I'm walking past, because I've heard that you do need to keep your eyes out here in Zambia. So I will do just that, because at this stage I don't fancy having to have any anti-venom applied. Now, if I was Bear Grylls, I'd be balancing across that beam, going to the other side and teaching you how to bury yourself in the mud, and then how to drink your own pee through your sock. But as I'm not Bear Grylls, I'm just going to go back to my hotel, probably have a nice cool shower to get rid of all the sweat. And if the Imodium's worn off by then, well, probably leave the rest to your imagination, sadly.